Welcome back to NBC Current Affairs. Hundreds flocked the funeral service and house cry of wake of the late leader and founding father, Sir Julius Chan. The family of the late leader called on all citizens to celebrate the life of a leader whose legacy will always be remembered. Sir Julius Chan's departure marks the end of an era, leaving an irreplaceable void in our country's political landscape. Those who gathered remembered his life that's centered around the people and the country's interest. Mark Kayok has the details.
Here lies a great man who sacrificed his life for the good of our country. Papua New Guineans will always be eternally grateful to his service provided to our people and country. Hundreds packed the St. Mary's Cathedral in downtown Port Moresby to pay tribute to the late Sir Julius Chen. The streets leading into the main CBD were quiet as the hearse pulls up beside the cathedral. Those attended were Prime Minister and members of Parliament, members of the diplomatic corps, families and friends. His children, Byron, Vanessa, Mark and Toya, and his grandchildren were also in attendance to farewell their father, uncle and grandfather. It was an emotional moment for many as they reminisce the life of Sir Julius. Sir Julius' public life spanned more than 50 years of commitment and dedication, something his children were proud of. Sir Julius' eldest daughter, Vanessa Chen, proudly recalls her and her siblings shared their father with the rest of the country. She recalls her dad as a very dedicated man who always puts his country at heart, and the family respects his leadership role as well as his fatherly role.
Through his work of servitude and leadership to the nation, he naturally became a father to 1,000 tribes. For most of our lives, including our mother, we had to share our father with the people of this country. He lived a very international and purposely full life. Every walking minute of his life was also taken up with specific goals and tasks. He was always involved with the community in one way or another. He cherished every moment with us, his family, but the demands of the greater calling kept him away from us for most of his life. Many have described him as a workhorse.
Sir Julius lived a truly rich and fulfilling life, impacting many through his political career and personal life. Sir Julius was truly a remarkable leader who puts the interests of this country first. Youngest son Toya described his late father as a man of principles who lived by his own terms, served with purpose, and made tough decisions, leaving no room for doubt.
And I know each and every one of you have been touched by him in one way or another. As his children are proud of his many achievements and acknowledge that nothing comes from nothing except through constant commitment to the cause. He was a man of principle, and he lived his life on his own terms with the highest values anyone could aspire to.
The Chan family is honored to have served these great men with PNG and the rest of the world. They want Papua New Guineans not to mourn but celebrate his life. The senior statesman will be greatly remembered as Papa Blunkina Natoya. Members of Parliament who gathered at his house cry reminisce his life as the father of Kina and Toya. Prime Minister James Marape described the country's second Prime Minister and the first Finance Minister as a true public servant.
We can never replace his life, but the best gift our generation can give is a gift of continued service, just like Sir Julius has given to his country. Something he teaches us is service to the grave. Once you choose public life, it is service to the grave. Whether elected or not, it is service to the grave.
Chan left a huge imprint in the business sector, and his contributions are cherished by many existing businesses and those he's impacted. The lie-in state ceremony was his last time this great man was in Parliament. His casket was laid in the Grand Hall for the Prime Minister, state ministers and senior dignitaries to pay their last respects and bid farewell to this great national leader. Parliament is where Sir Julius spent half of his life in many different capacities as Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister, backbencher or others within opposition ranks. He was the last politician to pass on for playing a major role in bringing the country out from colonial rule.
It is not a simple task to say words of accolade to honor such a great and distinguished figure. In fact, whatever language or words we may use to express and describe this giant and pillar of a man with great stature, it may be inadequate. This man resting before us is a pillar and a foundation of our nation. A man whose heart is founded in the cornerstones of the structures of our democracy, and that was built on our Constitution. A huge and big defense.
It is certainly a sad occasion for our country, as one of our last founding fathers has now passed, as if it is closing a chapter in our nation's history as we approach the first 50 years of nationhood. But I am certain that Sir Julius Chan was hoping that we all can stand together and be counted as we steer our wonderful country to the greatness it deserves.
Before departing for the APEC VIP terminal, late Sir Julius was honored with a 19-gun salute by the PNG Defence Force. His casket left Port Moresby for the last time on a Royal Australian Air Force aircraft after midday yesterday. Sir Julius' immediate family boarded a Desert aircraft, accompanying their father, uncle and grandfather.